Hello, welcome to theavios Erasmus Plus project. We are very happy to have you here. Um, we know that you are a very experienced professional in the events industry, and your feedback today is really valuable for our project. So, just the stage is yours. Tell us a few things about your experience and what you do, and your experience with the events industry.
Okay, so I have been in the events industry since 1999. I started working in the live music industry in Greece from 1999 to 2013. In 2013, I left Greece, moved to the UK, where I started working in the ticketing industry. Subsequently, I've spent 8 years at Ticketmaster in the UK. Out of those 8 years, 5 of them were working in Ticketmaster's department of accessible ticketing. This covers all manners of accessibility requirements for customers, not just visual impairment. After that, I spent 2 years as the box office and ticketing manager for a venue in Manchester. A role, again, that included working with people with accessibility needs. And after that, I've most recently been the ticketing coordinator for 2 major festivals in the UK. And parallel to that, I also worked as a producer of tours in Europe by Greek and American stand-up comedians.
Okay, very impressive. Thank you very much. So, from your experience, do you see often people with individuals with visual impairments or blind people to participate in the events? Do you think that they avoid of participating in such events because they feel it will be not easy for them to navigate or to watch the event?
Truth be told, out of all the people I've worked with requiring assistance, blind people tend to be a minority. Whether that is to do with the feeling that their needs will not be catered for by the promoter of a venue, I wouldn't be able to tell, to be absolutely honest. There are provisions in place in the UK for people requiring extra assistance. Usually in terms of ticketing, that is done by providing a free ticket for a companion to join them. Or in the case of the venue I used to work for, that is also what we also did, was make sure that we had as much information available to customers in order for them to make it easier for them to navigate the space. So that would be stuff like specifying how many steps are required to go from one part of the venue to the other, from the entrance to the main hall or to the toilets, or from the main hall to the bar, and so on. We also made sure, and I know Ticketmaster does that the website would be able to be accessible if for software that blind people will use, software that reads the website. And I think that's pretty much it, to be honest.
Okay. It's enough, I think, because in this way, maybe people feel they are welcomed in the events, correct?
Yes, we would always try to make people feel welcome in our events, definitely.
Okay, from your perspective, how can the event industry better promote inclusivity for individuals with visual impairments? I mean, both in terms of participation and audience experience?
In terms of audience experience, I would. Sorry, you were saying something.
Do you recommend specific practices to promote inclusivity?
Yes, I would recommend the steps I advised before. You need to make your events and your venues easily accessible to everyone. That would include, as I said, making stuff like the website accessible, making information accessible to customers. If possible, and this is something that I've seen a couple of venues do, including Band of a Wall, try and make the venue, sorry, Band of a Wall was the venue I was working for, make the venue as step-free as possible. That helps everyone. And in terms of participants, I will be honest, I have little experience in that term. I have done a couple of concerts where the participants were visually impaired. However, to be honest, they usually did have someone in the artist team that was that would act as a guide and as a companion.
Okay. Good. Okay, Honor, would you like to add any question?
Sure. Yes.
By
yeah, I would like. Sorry.
Feedback? Would you like to add any question?
Yes, I could ask one question.
Sure.
Are you familiar with any assistive technologies or tools designed to enhance the events or experiences for visually impairment attendees? And how have you integrated, if you use these technologies? How do you integrate these?
In terms of my experience, because it has been primarily within the live music industry, in terms of performance, I haven't seen that many technologies like that being used, because it is an audio performance mainly. So therefore there isn't that much need. I know that certain productions might use audio descriptions through an audio loop for something more theater-based or film-based. However, I also know that this is not an easily accessible technology by all levels of arts industries. The cost of implementing something like that, the infrastructure, the cost is slightly higher, and there is a much higher production cost, because you would need to create and deploy an audio description for every play that you put on. So unfortunately, due to that cost, there is a very small amount of venues and producing companies that can handle that cost. So you can get that. You get stuff like that at the major theaters, which are usually, at least in the UK, also subsidized. However, for smaller theaters, something like 100, 200 seats, these costs can be very much prohibitive of employing them.
Yeah, unfortunately, as you mentioned, one of the major challenges we have seen or discovered so far are the costs for integrating such technologies.
Thank you very much as well.